3. Pause. All right, so did you want me to do most of the talking?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So hi everybody. This is Silver Story in Sonic 06. We're gonna start off with a pretty good trick. If you've seen this game before, you might remember that we did a little something different here many years ago, but we've learned that you can just levitate objects at an angle or stand on them at an angle and levitate them and throw them, and it's much easier than trying to get the glitch where you grab an object and hold it while you're on it. Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of a last minute commentator because I was here, so I'm just. Oh, apparently I'm quiet and the game is loud.
Oh, I fixed it in my
Okay. Cool. Give me a second. Let me pop this out so I can have it. There we go. Okay. So Maddie is super quiet. Okay.
Okay, let me turn my after I complete Crisis City.
I'll go on ahead.
Okay.
I had
All right.
to
So
open on the stage
This whole area is
yeah, Crisis City's pretty easy. Basically, we just throw rocks all the way to the end.
Quickly.
Short. Yes, I'm fine.
Easy. Nice. So yeah, this stage used to do a really good job to get under 2 minutes with the old strats, so you can see that throwing rocks is much quicker. And you'll see that trick a lot more often as the game continues. Is this 100% or I guess like any percent run?
No
Or is
grace
this
warp.
no
Grace warp.
warp?
Yeah, no grace warp.
No credits warp. All right, cool. So we got a lot more of the game to see then. All right, so now we're going into Iblis. Iblis Phase 1 is pretty straightforward. There's a very consistent kind of route that you can take with these pieces of debris that are scattered around the field. And if you get the timings right on his phases, then it's actually a very consistent boss. The only sometimes weird part is when he throws these little Cocoa Puffs at you, and sometimes they like to blow up, so we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that the Cocoa Puffs don't all explode. So it looks like Maddie's going for a few extra hits and got one, or you got 2 extra hits. Yeah, that's nice. This is gonna be a good Iblis. Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
That was close. Yeah, so that's some of the physics in the game being wonky. You'll see that a lot where if you're like holding objects and you go to throw them, sometimes they hit the other objects that you're holding and they get sent off course. Sometimes they explode or break, and sometimes they just get thrown off into oblivion. So good thing there were plenty of Cocoa Puffs to go off there. Oh, alrighty.
Yeah, since we didn't have time before, I'm gonna present it myself. I'm MatiXD153, and well, yeah, today I am running silver, no grace warp, as you can see. And
All
yeah,
right, and yeah, I'm Wake, just Wake, and I'll be commentating. I am a little unprepared. because it was kind of a last second.
The Iblis trigger. Where is he? First
I was a
need to
last
gather
second edition,
information.
but some commentary is better than a distracted runner, so that's good. Yeah, as you can see, telethrow is pretty useful even in the hub world. Just picking up random objects that you can pick up and throwing them, that saves so much time. It's incredible. We used to walk. Can you believe it? We used to walk that distance, and then there was some crazy strats where there were some crazy strats to just save a couple seconds, and then telethrow blew everything out of the water. So now we're going into tropical jungle. There's actually the old strat is still pretty viable, not super viable. I mean, obviously it's a lot faster with the telethrow, but the old strat used to be just bouncing on the water, and now we can just throw ourselves to the end of the stage. It saves, again, a ton of time, but unfortunately no ball. So usually you grab one of those big stone balls and throw it, which it looks like we might not have to do. Wow, look at that. I didn't even know you could walk under those lasers.
Yeah,
I've
for
always,
some reason they didn't put invisible walls. For Rouge they did, but for Silver they didn't for some reason.
That's so good. I wonder if that's the same as like how you can walk under that there's like the wall in Castletown where normally as Sonic you have to like slide under it, but Silver can just walk under. Potentially a similar thing. So now you guys get to see Blaze. She's probably like the best character in the game, in my opinion. I just think her movement mechanics are pretty fun. But Blaze's Wave Ocean is one of those stages where like the IL strats are pretty crazy. So usually in a run we'll go for a little bit of a quicker strat, which is a lot more similar to like a cave skip that you would see in Sonic's story. It's the same kind of angle, puts you right here. In the IL, you take a different angle and then do a frame perfect trick to get a bunch of speed and jump off a rail and bounce all the way to the end of the stage. But yeah, even with this strat, it's like it only loses like 10 seconds or something, so it's a lot more marathon friendly.
Yeah.
And not that damaging to the run. Like you could still technically get a world record if you did old Blaze Ocean, probably, if you did the safe strats. Actually, I don't know anymore. The world record's been knocked down so far.
So coming up here, we're gonna skip a mission that you would normally do, but since that is obviously slower, and we're gonna do a bit of things here on the hot world, and yeah, just enjoy.
Maybe
So
I'll
we're
talk
gonna
to some
go
people in the town.
over here. This is where Sonic will normally go to talk to a girl to get into Dusty Desert. But instead we're gonna grab these boxes and they will come with us. So then we will go to position 1 over here and then we lift it and it will push us over the
Nice.
ceiling and we can go directly to Dusty Desert, skipping the mission.
Very well done. That trick can be very finicky, so that was really good to get it on the first go.
And coming up here we have a bit of a problematic stage, at least for me, which is Dusty Desert. So we're gonna do a similar thing where we will, instead of a box, we will grab a bot.
Iblis trigger.
Then we will go over the door over there. Then position this on a way so we can do the same thing with this as before. Nice. Then we get out of bounds.
Nice.
So we can grab another pot. Take it over here. And wait until these waves of sand come, and so that it pushes it out of bounds. Oh, it didn't. Wow.
Oh. Maybe.
Okay, that should work. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Now, since we have this out of bounds, we can position it like this, and we can teletro on it, skipping
That's so spooky.
skipping
Oh.
almost all of the stage.
And there are like death planes all around here, so
Yeah, so
one false move is instant death. That was really well done.
yeah.
Wow. For all
We
your
miss-
nervousness about the stage, you still kept it cool.
We missed a cycle, but that's fine.
That was pretty good. Yeah, this stage used to be painful. No longer. Yeah, I feel like the first time I saw somebody do that was DSS. When we first
Yeah.
discovered telethrow, he was like, "Oh yeah, you can do this now."
Hmm.
It was very cool.
So now we have the Sonic boss fight, which we will wait a bit for completing it, because if we complete it too fast, every time you get an S rank, the game displays an extra gold medal animation for getting the S rank. So that wastes like 5 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is best to wait a bit and kill Sonic to avoid the S rank.
Yeah, I think I heard Focus say one time that if you get like below 8 seconds, it's an automatic S rank.
Looks like I'm
So
on
if
a
you
roll.
kill him in like 10 or 11 seconds, it's faster than killing him in 8 seconds. Something like that. I could be misremembering, but it's somewhere around those numbers. But yeah, the Sonic fight is one of those one of those ones that you have to wonder what the developers were intending, and if they realized that you could really just pick up chairs and spam X and win the fight in like 5 seconds. And if they didn't realize that, then they probably never played their own game.
So now you you will normally get an upgrade called the shock bracelet, and that is very useful for combat. But for reasons we will explain later in the run, we have to skip it. So what we're gonna do is something similar we did before, where we're gonna get some boxes so that we can clip through the ceiling and go to White Acropolis, skipping the upgrade. So yeah, we will just walk in the city and go to
Some
the
good
White
casual
Acropolis
walking.
mirror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There is a crazy strat that you could do, or that you could have done here.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous. If anyone watches some other silver runs, you might see it from time to time. Where
We will
basically
see
right when
something very similar in Kingdom Valley though. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep, we'll see it. Basically, you just take one of those road signs and you can manipulate it to fly straight up in the air. There's also one where you can take a road sign and put it up against the lasers and just walk over it, and it clips you into the wall.
Let's hurry.
So yeah, White Acropolis, here we have a section where we will normally do some combat, but we can just, you know, skip through it.
Just walk through a hole in the wall. They just left that there. And now we get the Indiana Jones ball rolling. If you don't hit all the dash pads here, the ball will catch you because the slowdown is insane with Blaze. So I think I get hit by the ball like, I don't know, 50% of the time, maybe 25% of the time, but still it's annoying.
So now we do some combat.
We need to defeat all the enemies.
Could have been a little bit better, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was thinking I kind of take it for granted, but actually doing combat in this run is not normal. It's more normal to just go past all the enemies.
Yeah. There is a strat there for skipping the combat, but it is frame perfect and
Yeah, very
so
difficult.
yeah. Here we will go to this rock and well telethrow across all the stage, which in the past it used to be just walking, but now we can just
Yeah,
skip it.
you could tell a fling on that ball, kind of, but it wouldn't take you very far.
Yeah, and
It
I
would always
think
knock you off.
there is some invisible ceiling, so
Yeah, it's hard. You have to go around a bunch of invisible walls. Yep, Telethrow really turned this. It took this run and just
Go till the base.
made it something completely different than it ever could have been before.
yeah, so here same
Yep.
thing as before, just telethrow over to the goal.
Can you believe we used to walk the whole way? Imagine walking.
Yeah, it was pretty slow.
Ridiculous. Yeah, just a little bit.
Telethrough was actually not discovered that long ago. It was on 2020, I think, on a marathon. By accident, by focus side. It was done completely on accident.
Yeah. Was it really at like the beginning of 2020?
I think it was mid 2020, but I don't remember.
Wow. Yeah, I do. It was in 2020. I guess I do remember that.
Just try and
That's pretty
stop
crazy. Because in the AGDQ run that Focus did, we didn't have this back in 2020, and that was at the beginning of the year.
Journalist like this.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just try and stop me.
Normally, I would want to log on into that thing it has on the center, that one, but it logged into those things and yeah,
Yep.
it was
On the
better to
side.
restart.
Yeah, the ones on the side only they die after 2 hits. I think. So if you lock onto them, then you'll waste a lot of rockets. But yeah, basically you just launch 6 rockets into the center, and then you wait, and then you do it again. He has 4 cycles, and that's it. That's the whole boss. And then he comes at you, and then you win.
Perfect.
Okay, so coming up next, we have a very interesting mission where we go really fast. Believe me, really fast. We play a SAEMI.
Yeah. I love how fast Amy runs. This
Oh, yeah.
mission is unskippable. We've tried. There's no way around it. And there's no way to do it faster. You actually have to take the intended route. It's probably the final frontier of Silver Story if somebody discovers a way to skip this. The rare Amy speedrun. Oh. Sometimes you can get the further robot to blow up that box. But it's pretty precise. And all in all, that's a pretty good Amy mission. It's about as good as you can get.
Okay, so remember when I mentioned that we skipped the shock bracelet for a reason? Well, yeah. Um, Here we get an upgrade that's called the Heart of Wind, and basically it allows us to teleport dash, which it helps a lot. But there's a frame perfect trick where if you press X on the last frame of the teleport dash, you extend your speed, and well, thing is, if you have the shock bracelet, you cannot maintain that speed because the shock bracelet is mapped for when you jump and press X. So if we had the shock bracelet, it would just do the move, and yeah, we couldn't do it.
Yeah, the shock bracelet would interrupt
See?
the extended teleport dash.
So this is frame perfect, but since it is the same frame every time, you kinda get a feeling for it, so it's not that hard. So now we're gonna skip a mission, clipping here.
Yeah, now that we have the extended teleport dash, we can basically clip through pretty much any corner that is clippable. This is the fastest like movement that any character can control in the
Fuck.
game. Oh no! So we're gonna fall and die and do the skip again.
Yeah.
That happens from time to time. That death is a lot more common in Shadow's story, I will say, but it happens still a lot in Silver Story.
Oof, I almost clicked back in bounds.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm gonna go with
Alright. There we go.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Alright, everybody, you can clap now. Yay.
So
Yeah.
do we have any Sonic Riders fans in chat? Because we have a preview of the new Sonic Riders game.
I'm not going to let the Iblis triggers get away.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yep.
awesome.
This is the best. This is so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
we just keep
Yeah.
all of the stage from the start to the finish.
That was such a nice extended teleport dash.
Yeah, we could not have done that if we had the shock bracelet.
Yep. I think you can do it, but you have to keep tapping X on the right frame. It's ridiculous. I think you can. I've never done it.
Okay,
been told it
so
works,
coming
though.
up next we have a boss fight that is similar to Sonic, but it is way harder. Because instead of chairs and tables we use barrels However, the barrels can sometimes do many things, like not hit Shadow at all. Shadow goes flying with the barrel. Um, oof.
Now.
So- but yeah, it's not fun to say the least.
Yeah, so we go from the fight against Sonic, which is probably the easiest boss fight, to the fight against Shadow, which might be one of the hardest boss fights in the entire game. That was really nice. Almost all those barrels hit. But yeah, these barrels, they hit each other, they hit the ground before they hit Shadow, like they fly past them sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
Nice.
really nice.
Under a minute is crazy good.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
do we
really
have
good.
time? Yeah, we have enough time for showing
Oh,
this.
good. I'm so happy. This is everyone's favorite cutscene
Yeah.
for reasons that are obvious.
Ah! Chaos control.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so now we have aquatic base with a really interesting start. Um, Normally you play a silver first, then you will change with shadow,
A
do some
laboratory like
combat,
this
go for a
under
switch,
Soliana?
then go back to silver and go to the end of the section. Instead, we
Those
just
enemies look like they're
do
guarding
extend
that
the
door.
teleport dash
Let's start by
on the
getting rid of
door
them.
right behind us.
Not
Oof.
now.
No.
A laboratory
And
like
then
this
we will
under
just
Soliana?
complete the section if I kill those other enemies, but they kill me, so
Those enemies
I'm
look like
gonna
they're
get a
guarding
ring
that
this time.
door.
Yeah,
Let's
I
start
always
by
have to
getting
grab
rid
a
of
ring because they like they start attacking you as soon as you get in there, and they breathe fire. They got a little bit of range, and of course you can't see them until you get in there. But yeah, that's one of the finer sequence breaks in this game.
Okay, so Aquatic Base is really the only stage that wasn't affected by Telethrow. Every other stage got like a Telethrow discovered, even if it saves something like, I don't know, 5 seconds. But Aquatic Base at the moment doesn't have any of those, so yeah, we just do the same we did at like 5 years ago. So
Yeah,
here I'm trying to do an ETD. Oof.
ETD strat. Yeah, now that you mention it, we probably could throw some things,
Yeah,
but
if
it
we
would be
could
very
get
difficult.
something out of bounds, we could probably do it, but
Hmm.
there's no method, at least at the moment, to
Right.
get
Maybe in
objects
this
out of
room,
bounds.
like you could throw one of these boxes or something, but you'd have to get it at the right angle.
So here there are some laser cycles, but they are not a problem. Here, let me see if I can get this. Really cool
Those enemies
ETD.
look like they're guarding that
I
door.
got it.
Nice.
Let's start by getting rid of them.
Okay, so now we do some combat. This section with the shock resistance will be like really fast, but since we have to skip it, we have to just throw the objects we have instead. So yeah.
Hmm. And yeah, the worms take 3 hits normally to kill, so it's faster to stun them and then kill them that way. Because if you stun something, you can kill it immediately.
So yeah, if for
And
some reason, if when these birds are stunned and they make contact with the worms, they just die automatically. I don't know why, but it happens.
oh my god, those worms are strong.
Perfect!
Okay, so coming up next, we will have like 4 missions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is really funny. I will explain why in a second. Yeah, we'll just sit here through some loading screens, and yeah.
I hope everybody likes missions and loading screens.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop Dr. Eggman no matter.
Okay, so now we have to protect a girl called Anna because she knows the secret, and the secret is just telling you that there's an old man that knows where Kingdom Valley is, something like that. I don't remember the story no more.
That sounds about right. Her
But
secret
yeah,
is
you
like,
will
go talk to
normally,
somebody else.
normally you would go and fight some enemies, but since 06 is a really finished game, if we just stay at the beginning, the enemies will not load, and Anna will continue until the end of the mission. So we can just sit here and do whatever we want. So like we can go out of,
Mhm.
we can click here if I get AG.
On the IL leaderboards for this level, the former world record said this will be world record unless there's a way to get her to run faster. And then like a couple years ago, Focus discovered a way to get her to run faster.
Yeah,
So,
but it only saves
it's
like 5 seconds, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
it doesn't
Instead we
say
can
very
do
much.
some funny things like I can't.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, for some reason there are NPCs here, even though you never go to this part of the town on the mission.
These are
And
kind of some creepy NPCs.
yeah, yeah, I won't stop trying that. But yeah, for example, here you have a floating man. Tends to happen a lot. And then here we have Porta, Lord Reese, and some twins talking to each other. So yeah, we just wait until Anna reaches the door that leads to Soliana Forest, and so that the mission finishes. Yeah, there it
And there we
finished.
go. Yo, Argic with the raid.
Yo,
Hello, Argic and the Argics.
Great!
Welcome everybody to Silver Story.
That took too long.
You're watching MatiXD run Silver Story No Credits Warp. And we're just now going into the trials. You won't be seeing a trials skip today, I assume?
yeah,
Yeah. Because trials skip only saves time if you don't, or if you have to count the load screens. So if you're not counting load screens, then it's faster just to do trials.
so here we have to summon these to get to where the trials are. So you can get a pretty cool city from this rock. If you go up here, you can do this. And I
Ooh,
don't know,
yeah.
I really like that EDD. So yeah, first mission, save Blaze from being attacked from enemies. Normally
This is
there's
the... Sorry, go ahead.
normally there's um like a cage where Blaze is trapped in, and you need to like open you need to kill all the enemies for it to open. But if we go and grab a box, put it in the right place, we can just clip through the box and finish the
Yeah,
mission.
the way they programmed it was you have to touch Blaze, and they thought you can only touch Blaze if the box is open. But what they didn't know is that you can get in the box. That was
Yeah,
pretty well done.
so funny.
That box does not always cooperate that well.
That was easy.
Now this mission is about I think it was answering some questions where you go through some portals and you say the right answer. S-
Yeah, this is the test of memory. So it's
Yeah.
supposed to, you have to have a good memory, and they ask you questions about like the story. So if you watched I think they ask you questions about the storyline.
So, but yeah, the portals are always the same, so we just go right, right, and left.
Yeah. So if you haven't played this game in a really long time, this is really the test of memory. See if you remember the right the right portals to go through.
And yeah, that's the mission.
Do 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 do.
Perfect.
I feel like Silver's trials are a lot easier than Sonic's, but Sonic's trials are still really easy. So I don't
Yeah.
know why trials are in the game at all. They're just silly.
Now the test of I don't remember,
Um,
but basically it's a combat mission. I don't remember how to do this one. I forgot, but it's pretty easy. You just get some missiles from the robots and use them to or kill the other robots.
these missions haven't changed at all in many,
Yeah.
many years. Most of the effort has been put into trying to find out how not to do missions. But now that we do missions again, they're just the same thing we've been doing. And there's not really a whole lot that we can do to speed it up, except just do it more optimally. But yeah, after this set of enemies, that's the mission. And then we get to move on into Kingdom Valley. Meanwhile, we have Gordon Ramsay in the chat telling everybody about the secrets that would have been in store if the world let the Sonic 06 team develop the game for another year. They really should have waited a year. This game would have been pretty insane.
Perfect.
I agree.
Probably still broken, but some of the gameplay might have been more interesting, or more, I guess. I don't know, more intuitive, more clever. That's a good way to put it. Sonic skip for the fans?
I will go for it, but no, I don't know how to do it. I will go for it for the fans, but for fun, but no. Okay, so here, this is normally a very long section of
Darn it! I
exploration
should have
and
realized
stuff,
Eggman's scheme.
but instead, if we do, let me see if I can get it. Ah,
Ooh,
let me get the lives, I wanna be safe.
Darn it!
And
I should
let
have
me try
realized
that again.
Eggman's scheme.
that should
Looking
do it.
good. Ah, I didn't get the idea, but yeah, we're fine. Just
Still
a
good.
little bit slower.
Yep. So that is the tele-launch. And we used to have a lot more tele-launches that you could have done throughout the run, but pretty much tele-throw is much faster in all those cases, so this is the only one that's still the fastest strategy, just because you need some way to get a bunch of altitude, because there are some death planes between the two walls.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So now we do a little bit of combat here.
No Sonic skip
And now.
for the boys.
Oh yeah, fun fact, for some reason they put invisible walls on this section on PS3, so Sonic skip is not possible.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. I
so
didn't
now
know
we
that.
get to play as Sonic. So I have the gems since, well, yeah, to unlock Silver Story you need to play a little bit of Sonic Story. So I bought the gems, which are really useful because otherwise we will have to play as Silver and that will not be fun. Or do Sonic skip, which also not that fun. But yeah, Sonic gems are broken. For example, we can just do that with the Sky Gem. And here there's a trigger for changing into silver, but we can just do a Sky Gem throw and avoid it and end up here.
There we go.
Yeah, you see silver there. And now we use the purple gem.
We get the most useful purple gem.
Yeah. And now we just jump until the end of the stage. Normally the gems were supposed to drain the meter down there, but there's, I don't know if it was a typo or
Yeah.
that prevents it from draining it. Oh, no, no, no!
Oh,
No, I
no!
accidentally changed gems. Nah,
It's
but
okay.
we are fine.
That's why we
fine.
get checkpoints.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
I
a typo.
accidentally
In,
pressed the D-pad, but yeah, we're fine.
we looked at the code, like the Lua script that this game determines most of the game logic. And yeah, there's just a typo. They're supposed to like the variable is supposed to be named C gauge color, and they just they named it like C gauge or something like that. It's one or the other, but yeah, they named something the wrong thing. Yeah, Gordon has it. It's C color, and it's supposed to be C gauge color.
Let me get
So I think
just to be safe. But yeah, here we just do some combat. And yeah, we finished the stage. Where's the other robot?
this combat is much easier with Sonic.
Too easy. No sweat.
Okay, so up next, the last stage of the run, and Flame Core. Most people hate this stage. I personally find that it's a good stage, but yeah, I can understand why people hate it. Because some of the stuff you go for can really go wrong.
I'm interested to see which stuff you go for, because there are many different things you can do that are, some of them are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'm coming,
Like the aerial strat for this stage is like one of the hardest things to do
Yeah,
on this game.
it's all tel launch and then ETD.
So here we're gonna use this ring capsule to position this box on a way where we can tele-throw off the box. Uh, actually, no.
Pretty
Awesome.
close. Oh,
Oof, now it's it's bad angle. Bad angle. Yeah, I will make it respawn.
this is still faster than doing it normally.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yep.
So now we just tele-throw over almost the entire section.
Yep. We didn't have an object that was the right angle, so we made one. And it skips a bunch of walking.
No matter how many of you come, it's a waste of time.
So now we go for this city, a really cool one.
Yeah, it's a really good ETD. Just because there's no wall behind the,
Oops.
no wall on the back.
So yeah, as you saw from low Sonic No Grave Walk run like a day before, these Coco buffs are really funny. Like they can hit you anytime, and they can really kill your run.
Yep.
Like here, I could get hit and have to do the
Ooh.
section.
Oh. There were some close ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get hit as silver, sometimes you can fly back to the land, but with the other characters, you just die immediately.
Happened to Loki in his run. It was
Oh
pretty
my
sad.
gosh. I need to see that. That's so rare.
Oops. Okay, so section 2 is um, basically just there aren't there are skips here, but um, they are very hard.
No
There is a
kerfuffle?
no,
No.
like there's Kerfog, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
that you like drop a box, and if you're lucky, like it will launch you all the way very up to the stage, and you can skip most of it. Then there's a tele launch, which uh, is like almost the same. I mean, you tele launch and you gain hit, so you can skip all of the section. But yeah, I am just gonna play safe.
Safe is the way. Yeah, if you step on any of that lava, you
I'm gonna be patient.
lose your rings or you die. So if you don't have rings, you just play safe.
So yeah, we're almost at the end of the stage, and we're gonna get 6 rings. You'll see why in a moment.
Ooh, nice.
Then this is like a mini boss fight where you would go across all those platforms and get into that ball to destroy it. But instead, we can just go here and fly across here to
We do not like platforms.
yeah, and well just skip all the section
Nice.
and well
Does-
finish Flinker.
That was very well done. Yeah, if you press A and start at the same time, on silver, it does your teleport dash on the first frame and clips you back to the ground, so it gives you the teleport dash speed with the walking properties, so you can like walk through walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Gives you that speed you need to clip.
Coming up next, we have the final boss, Iblis Phase 3. This boss has a really funny story. um, why could you tell the story of like the
Uh,
stuff and all of that.
Oh, the stuff story.
Yeah.
So let's see. We used to think that there was a certain number of cycles, like you needed to do 2 cycles to beat the boss. But there's a pretty great video of. Oh no, this is not the stuff.
Now
Um,
should we still fine, I think?
There's a pretty great video of the former world record holder Otanishi finding out that you can actually skip the 2nd cycle, and when he finds it out, is actually in a run. He got IL world record in the run and got world record for the category at the time. And yeah, if you look up, I guess I don't know what the video is called, but if you look up like "This is the stuff,"
Yeah.
Sonic 06, you'll probably find it by Otanishi. But yeah, he got the IL world record as well as Silver Story world record, and he flipped out. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, this is barely a 220. Like I think I got the minimum buffs that you need
Nice.
to get that 220. If I didn't have enough, then I will have gone something like a 310. Yeah, you can lose like a minute from this boss. It's actually insane.
All the Iblis fights are so slow.
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff you can do on this boss too, where if you like get on a Cocoa Puff, you can telefling and ride it around the map.
Oh yeah.
You can ride behind him. It doesn't help you at all, but it is funny. So if anybody's like, if you got the game, you've never done it before, try it. It's worth.
Yeah,
It's
I
worth
also
looking at.
currently hold the world record for this boss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was after like a 4-hour grind for the stuff, something like that.
4 hours plus.
Okay, yeah, we're coming. If this is a 220, then yeah, this is the end of the run.
So yeah. I'll let you
And
call time.
time.
And time.
52:26. Pretty good.
Nice.
Oof.
That is pretty good.
Okay, this round had some bad things, but it went pretty great, I say, for the most part.
Nothing crushing. Nothing horrible.
Yeah. We didn't
The
get
only time
something like a
losses.
3-chain Iblis, so we're good.
Right. The only time losses you had were pretty quick recoveries.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, good run. Thanks for having me on. Hope everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for having me on this marathon. It was I'm happy about this run and how it went. And yeah, um,
Do you have a Twitch?
yeah, but I rarely stream anymore.
You don't stream?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. What about your YouTube?
Yeah, I have a YouTube where I upload my speedruns, but I only upload when I get a video or something. Well, yeah, like most people.
Yeah. Well, there you go, chat. If you guys want to see MatiXD, there's a YouTube channel. The runs are actually really good that you upload, so
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them. Top quality. GG's indeed.
Okay, so thanks for watching. Yeah, enjoy the next run. Expert mode glitchlet on Shadow the Hedgehog. I think you play as all the stages of that game on that mode. So yeah, pretty interesting run next. So yeah, don't miss it.